Very early this morning when the crew of four splashed down in the Pacific before 4 a.m. Eastern Time.
On behalf of SpaceX and NASA, welcome home, Crew 11.
The mission was cut short after one crew member became ill earlier this month. NASA has not identified the sick astronaut, but says the person was stable in orbit and needed further care on Earth. The early return leaves the space station short-staffed until a new crew arrives next month.
That's Fox's Ted Linder. On Wall Street, stock futures are rising, up more than 200 points for the NASDAQ the day after selling dragged the NASDAQ down more than 200 points. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Thursday. It is January 15th, 2026. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Show producer Fred Cruz. And we have Jason Caterina, meteorologist from AccuWeather. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with you and family. Appreciate you tuning in. A McAllen doctor has been sentenced to 10 years in prison for healthcare fraud. 70-year-old Dr. Osama Nahas, a sentence this week in U.S. District Court in McAllen. Nahas, convicted on conspiracy healthcare fraud charges, date back to 2024, reportedly received kickbacks for ordering unnecessary lab tests for patients. His medical assistant, 54-year-old Isabel Pruneda, also sentenced to 8 years in prison. Reportedly, she forged patient signatures on consent forms as part of that scheme. At 7:06 on the Valley's Morning News. State of Texas seems to be going against the grain, going against the national trend when it comes to Obamacare.
The numbers are dropping like a stone for the Affordable Care Act around the country now that the federal subsidies aren't there any longer. Insurance rates soared at the start of the year, but Texas is bucking this trend. New numbers show more Texans signed up for health insurance through the ACA compared to a year ago. So far, 4.1 million Texans have picked a plan through the ACA this year. This time last year, the number sat at 3.8 million. Only 6 states have seen higher numbers of signups this year.
That's reporter David Rankin. Follow up on the immigration story from the state of Minnesota. In the days since the killing of a woman by ICE in Minneapolis, Minnesota, tensions have been high. And as ICE and other federal authorities are taking illegal aliens off the streets in Minnesota, some of them are winding up in the state of Texas.
The New York Times reports ICE agents in recent days have arrested dozens of refugees in Minneapolis, and according to their lawyers, they were sent to Texas detention centers. This after Trump officials last week promised a sweeping initiative to re-examine the status of refugees who are waiting for green cards and to conduct new background checks. The refugees' lawyers and human rights organizations say while they expected the increased scrutiny, the arrests and relocations were surprises for immigrants who had come to the U.S. legally.
That's reporter Bill McLean. U.S. retail sales numbers impressive, higher than expected during the month of November, according to the Commerce Department. The numbers in November, big change from October, where they were depressed. And the 2026 North American Car, Truck, and Utility Vehicles of the Year have been announced at the Detroit Auto Show.
To get behind the wheel of the car of the year, you'll be driving a 2026 Dodge Charger, and that'll run you about $50,000. Ford won Ford Truck of the Year with its Ford Maverick Lobo. The Utility Vehicle of the Year honor goes to the Hyundai Palisade. Both those vehicles start under $40,000. The Detroit Auto Show opens to the public on Saturday and runs through next Sunday. I'm Rory O'Neill.
Time is 7:09 on News Talk 710 KURV, and it is AccuWeather the time. I want to say good morning and big thank you to Dougie and all the gang over at Martin Farm and Ranch. The team at Martin Farm and Ranch, always helpful. We always have what you need. And they say Happy New Year to you and your family. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina is joining us. A slightly cooler weather for today. Current readings upper 40s, low 50s. Do you think we'll get that cool tonight and tomorrow night? What's the general trend of the temperature the next couple of days, Jason?
Yeah, tonight dropping down into the mid 40s to near 50 degrees. And then a warmer day for tomorrow as a little high pressure starts to move off the coast. So we get the wind shifting more into the south. That'll warm us up into the low 80s tomorrow. And then as we head on into tomorrow night, mid 50s with clear to partly cloudy skies, wind still out of the south-southeast. Then Saturday, Cold front going to come through, shifts the winds back into the northwest. Temperatures will be in the 60s on Saturday, and then Saturday night, windy and colder, upper 30s possible for some areas. Again, still a strong north wind with that 12 to 25 mile an hour wind. Nice day Sunday. It'll be pleasant. Highs near 70 degrees. Still a breeze out of the northeast for us, down near 50 on Sunday night. And then as we head into Monday, wind shifting back into the southeast, be a little milder on Monday.
Okay, I'm going to do a rewind real quick. And I ask you because we have friends at the station that are conducting a Christmas in January awesome family event, like a carnival in Rio Hondo, Texas, this coming Saturday and Sunday, like 4 p.m. to sundown. And they got, the funnel cakes and the carnival rides. And they said they were doing they're throwing out some snow, right? And having kids to, pack it up and do snowballs, right? They're even check this out. They're even taking like sledgehammers and beating up an old truck, pounding it to submission. It's like a carnival fun Christmas. It's like a Christmas festival. You said Saturday night to Sunday morning.
Upper 30s.
Maybe 30s.
Yeah, upper 30s, low 40s.
Compared to actual Christmas that was like in the upper 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's going to be windy too, so it'll make it feel even cooler.
Oh, excellent. Perfect weather for Christmas in January. That's in Rio Hondo, Texas, 4 p.m. this Saturday and Sunday at the stadium, the big stadium there in Rio Hondo, Texas. Hope you can take the kids, enjoy some Christmas weather with some hot cocoa for Christmas in January. Well, that's it for weather. It's not moving too much. We sure could use the moisture near future if you can update that forecast for it. Early next week. We'll
maybe Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday and Tuesday night we could get some.
All right. Yeah, I forgot to write down the national stuff. Let me look at it real quick, see if there's something to eat on there. I'm getting hungry already.
I just had a hash brown.
Yeah. Oh, bagels.
Oh, I like
Can I forget that the kids on Fox that were eating bagels earlier. National Bagel Day and Strawberry Ice Cream Day. Oh, yeah, sounds pretty good. All right, pal. Call you next hour. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Katerina on 710 KURV, and that is your AccuWeather forecast. Healthcare incorporating more high tech. Artificial intelligence promising to change the doctor-patient relationship.
More than 230 million people ask health questions on ChatGPT every week, and doctors stand to benefit. AI relieves them of time-consuming administrative tasks. A recent study found that physicians spend nearly half of their time on health records and sitting at a desk doing work, compared to 27% of their time spent with the actual patient.
That's reporter Marnie Hughes. General Motors and OnStar are now banned from sharing certain consumer data with consumer reporting agencies for the next 5 years. The Federal Trade Commission finalizing the order with General Motors and OnStar over allegations that these two collected and they used and sold the precise geolocation data and driving behavior of millions of drivers. GM and OnStar did not adequately notify the customers. They collected, used, and sold all this data. The time is 7:13 on Newstalk 710 KURV. Up next, the big conversation of the morning, how industry being recruited for new, higher paying, sometimes six-figure jobs in the area, how they are impressed with the job training, skill training, high-tech engineering training capabilities in South Texas. Conversation with Gilbert Salinas, the chief of Brownsville Economic Development, next on the Valley's Morning News.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
They say that actions speak louder than words, so we'll let the all-new, state-of-the-art BMW 4 show you what that means. Choose from an incredible selection of new BMWs with the same exceptional service you've come to know. Right now, you can lease a new BMW X3 for just $599 a month with $52.39 due at signing. Come see why BMW has always been known as the ultimate driving machine. BMW of Far, now open on the corner of Expressway 281 and Owasso in Far. Come find your new BMW today.
The Friday Sergio Show from the Private Sector Economic Development Initiative, RioPlex. Tune in for a regional economic outlook from the Fed, a look at educational resources that will help recruitment, developing markets, and the RioPlex initiatives for 2026.
Your Houston Texans visit the New England Patriots, the AFC Divisional Playoffs.
Stroud looking, throwing over the middle. A touchdown, Houston!
Coverage begins at 1:30 Sunday afternoon on News Talk 710 KURV.
All the NFL, AFC, and NFC playoff action right here. News Talk 710 KURV Saturday and Sunday. Big thank you to McAllen Bolt for the coverage. As I've often said on the program, hey, we're hot stuff, not only in Texas, but the Rio Grande Valley. You guys might recall from a couple days back, U-Haul saying that this area, the RGV, Brownsville, and McAllen, number 10 on the U-Haul list. You know, when they rent a U-Haul, they go like one way because they're moving stuff. They're moving to the market. Just one way, drop off the truck. Yeah. Brownsville, Harlingen, number 10 in the nation. And, of course, we got our neighbors up in Houston and Austin. You can imagine they're even higher on the list. Everybody moving to Texas because, according to U-Haul, Texas is the number one state. The Rio Grande Valley, number 10 on the list as far as a region. And from the Greater Brownsville Incentives Corporation, the chief. And we welcome back and say Happy New Year to our friend Gilbert Salinas. All right, pal, just want to get your thoughts real quick when you saw that list from U-Haul, only confirming what we've been seeing for many months now, maybe up to a couple of years now. All the movement, the economy growing, and lots of business headed this way.
Thank you, Sergio, and that is correct. And thank you for having us on your show. So I think this just validates everything that we've been working on, and secondly, what we've been talking about. So if this doesn't tell you that we're in super growth mode, I don't know what does. What this means is for every person that comes in and drops off a U-Haul in Brownsville, which is a one-way ticket, that means they're moving into the community. So the last figure that we saw here right before the end of the year was that for every one person that leaves Brownsville, 3 move in. So that means I like to say that we've officially reversed, not only stopped, but reversed our biggest problem for the last few decades, which is brain drain. Wow. I've always said that the Brownsville, the Rio Grande Valley, our biggest export was talent. But now we're seeing a lot of people moving back to the city. And that's, our unscientific survey, if I may use that term, is that, the SpaceXs of the, here of the world, right? And, the LNG plants and some of the other advanced manufacturers we have in the area, they said, one of the things that we found is that we do get calls. We get a lot of calls, and some of the people that we hire are actually people from the Brownsville area, from the Valley, who moved away, but now are looking to come back. And lo and behold, there's a great opportunity for them now waiting for them at home.
Gilbert Salinas with the Greater Brownsville Incentives Corporation, the economic development arm of our city of Brownsville. Let me take a detour here because you brought up the issue of brain drain, which of course means local talent, young college graduates in engineering and other sciences who bolt and they move to Houston or Central Texas up in San Antonio, or they just leave the state. Well, we're now a brain magnet. Not only our kids can stay and get some good jobs, so we're probably importing from other markets. I want to get your thoughts on that, on us being a magnet, because we're highly ranked, if not the top or one of the top places where those engineering jobs and high-tech jobs are being created and recruited. But as a magnet, number one, and number two, we've kind of touched on this, but I want to get your thoughts because you see this, the requirement from industry to train and to hire at a local level and train at a local level these engineers and high-tech jobs. So trying to prevent a brain shortage, brain drought in the area as well. So what do you think?
Well, first and foremost, I'm going to use that term now, brain magnet. I hadn't thought about that. I love that because that's exactly what's happening. We're attracting high-level people to the area, and a lot of those are just, maybe they were kids back then, and now they're young adults or adults, young professionals moving back. And that's a lot of the brain power that we had lost years back. So it's, I mean, I just love seeing that. And that just means when it comes to forward-thinking companies, they always talk about being a magnet. They always are attracted to areas that have talent. Look at Silicon Valley. Look at Austin. You've got, Stanford out on the West Coast, and then you got my alma mater, the University of Texas, that attracts, these forward-thinking companies. So a lot of these kids that left and now are coming back is helping attract those companies. And of course, this goes back to SpaceX, which is a gift that continues to give. Now, the other one is, and again, I like to say that I always feel like you're looking at my cheat sheet or something, because over the holidays and even Saturday, we're here in our office. We hosted a huge prospect on Monday, which I like to put in the category of the transformational projects. And that one is requiring a certain different skill sets across the board, but it's going to be a huge employer. And their question was, you've got the location, you've got the different assets that we're looking for. It makes sense for us to be there, but we're in competition with 2 other states. But then they were concerned of hiring the labor force and the talent. So we brought together 13 different workforce entities from Brownsville all the way to McAllen.
Nice.
And we're still missing like 2-3 of them. And once we brought them all together, here at our office twice, and Saturday, we're working here on Saturday all day, and just kind of going everything, the game plan and how we're going to, approach the prospect. We're kind of like, we got this. We have the numbers, we have the people, they're moving back as well. But as far as training, I mean, we have the facilities. I mean, we'll start with, Texas Alamos College, TSTC on Harlingen, STC, UT RGV. You get into your local workforce entities. You've got Texas A&M, their industrial campus here in Brownsville, as well as the one in McAllen. And then the list goes on to some of the smaller ones. Then we said, well, how many can you crank out? How many can you crank out? And what are the programs? So we put together a very robust program as far as workforce development and then higher education. And then we told ourselves, what are we worried about? We got this. We just have to get everybody together in one room. Yeah, so that to me just signals that we're
great to hear. Together. That is so awesome to hear because that synergy, again, more proof, evidence that the synergy is finally there after decades of conversations. And I'll try to compliment what you said. Brownsville, McAllen, Edinburgh, all these different entities, the colleges, the universities, they're tied back to some of the school districts that start early and start putting kids on a path, either toward the sciences and engineering and science, or maybe even some of the trades that are necessary in order to build those facilities.
A final note on that subject is the company was impressed to see everything that we had. We impressed ourselves, but then the company was impressed. So that it was very good to see.
It's great to hear. I hope you serve them some great tamales and some pan dulce as you guys were working on a Saturday. I'm talking about.
We actually have barbacoa.
Even
it was
more.
Nice and cold, so barbacoa was on coffee. It went down very well.
Oh my goodness! And the food is awesome around. Yeah, we're moving. Yeah, pull the trigger. Let's go to Brownsville. Gilbert Salinas, Greater Brownsville Incentives Corporation. You got you said $20 billion worth of capital projects in the pipeline, and if you were to put a grade on it, you'd say a number. 75, 85, 95% confident. Well, where would you be as far as all of this will be coming to the area, or what would you say? What's the forecast?
This is for our top 10 projects. In economic development, we always just say 50%. If we're able to get half of these projects, it typically tends to be more. I'm just going to go with 50%. But I'm going to tell you something, Sergio. Even if it's 50%, we're still looking at about a $10 billion impact, right? $10 billion in projects and another 10 to 12,000 jobs. So that's not too shabby. So I think we're at 50%. That's a fair number to use as far as our confidence level with all of these projects that we have.
And again, this is for the year, right? For you expect if
This is, I would say, 18 to 24 months.
Okay, so that's
but by the end of the year, we'll know exactly, if we haven't announced the projects, we'll know exactly where we're at with the majority of these.
Are these brand new industries or complement to SpaceX, complement to LNG or anything else at the port? Or?
It's a combination of all the above. So some are just a few of them are just separate projects coming in that need to be in the area, whether it's geographic location or they're tapping into our workforce, or part of our effort in recruiting. Then some of them are following our transformational projects, which are the SpaceX's and the LNG and the energy projects that we have in the area.
Can we quickly glance at a sure thing then? Another tier one supplier for SpaceX. That's on the really close horizon.
That one, we're getting ready to announce that project here in the next 30 to 60 days, I would say. And it's a tier one supplier. And for those that might not understand how it works, you've got your big companies. I'll just use SpaceX or the LNGs. And then the tier one suppliers are the ones that supply directly to them. Then you got your tier two supplying to the tier ones, and then tier three supplying to the tier twos, so on and so forth. So in our industry, a tier one is a big deal. So this is about it's a company that's going to come in and build a 300,000 square foot facility, brand new construction. It's going to be at our new industrial park, which is a Greater Brownsville Tech District, which, no pun intended, is our landing pad for some of these projects that are following the SpaceX and the LNGs, to Brownsville. So this project, it'll generate somewhere between 300 to 400 jobs, very high paying jobs. I think they're going to be like in the 6 digits. And we're seeing that with some of these suppliers coming in to supply, these major industries. They're all paying in the 6 digits. We're just excited that it's going to come in and following our project, which is the gift that continues to give for this community and for the Rio Grande Valley.
Quick note. One of the trade publications in your business has us, Brownsville, number 17, leading metro location, ranked number 17. I guess that's, you said, Site Selector, one of those Site Selector magazines, and Economic Development magazines. Area Development, number 17 for 2025 is Brownsville. And Freddie, do you happen to know someone on the Texas top 10 list of most influential professionals? Do you know someone? You don't know anybody? Yeah, I do. That's our chief over at Economic Development Brownsville, Gilbert Salinas. So congratulations, Gilbert.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have no idea how I got on that list, but I'm on the list.
Well, what I want to know, what does it mean? I mean, do you get a pay raise? Do you get another a closer parking spot, or I don't know what benefits do we?
Yeah, I'm still writing on it. I haven't even thought about that. I don't even know how to cap it. I like the parking spot idea.
Yeah,
covered parking.
Yeah, put it on your business card, I guess, right? Just handing it out to everybody. Yeah. Named Texas top 100 professionals, most influential professionals. All right, we appreciate the fact that you're home where you should be.
Thank you.
And recruiting industry for the area successfully, and we wish you continued success and Godspeed and wisdom. And
I'm just grateful for the opportunity to have come back home and really start swinging for the fences here as far as economic development.
It's a great place to be, Gilbert. Thank you so much. Congratulations on the top 100 in Texas influential name. Gilbert Salinas is the Director of Economic Development, Greater Brownsville Incentives Corporation for our city of Brownsville. We'll talk again. Take care.
Thank you.
Happy Thursday and welcome to the Valley's Morning News. Check of some headlines. The service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. Governor Greg Abbott is stepping up his battle against radical Muslims who are funding terrorism, and the governor telling state lawmakers he wants a complete ban on the practice of Sharia law in enclaves of the Muslim community. A North Texas teenager who pretended to be a DoorDash driver in order to pull off armed robberies has been sentenced to prison for more than 40 years. President Trump reportedly has no plans to endorse either sitting Senator John Cornyn or his opponent, Ken Paxton, in the race for Senate, for the nomination to run for Senate. But some political experts say if there's a runoff, because it's a three-man race, if there's a runoff, the president might change his mind. And speaking of President Trump, the president is bringing whole milk and 2% milk back to schools.
The president signed a bipartisan bill that reversed Obama-era restrictions to allow schools to offer whole and 2% milk.
With this legislation, schools will finally be able to expand their offerings to include nutritious whole milk.
The Obama rules restricted students to fat-free or low-fat milk. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has touted the health benefits of whole milk and joined Trump for the announcement. Trump said the move will also help American dairy farmers. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
You know what goes good with milk, Freddie, around this time of the morning? Hot, fresh donut. Yeah. From Shipley's, especially with the chocolate one. Oh, my. Or the cake batter one over at Shipley's. So maybe we can work on that legislation, right? So there you go. We got whole milk and 2% milk back at schools. Well, let's work on another piece of legislation. Shipley Donuts for all the kids. Let's go, right? This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV, your station for Houston Texan playoff football that's coming up Sunday here on 710 KURV. Big thank you to McAllen Bolt for all the AFC and NFC action on KURV.
Looking for the perfect place to grow your business? Edinburgh offers strategic access along I-69 with direct routes to Mexico and major markets. With acres ready for development near South Texas International Airport and shovel-ready sites at Edinburgh North Industrial Park, your business has a runway for success. Upgraded utilities, enhanced transportation infrastructure, and the upcoming State Highway 68 makes Edinburgh a prime location for logistics, manufacturing, and trade. Put your business on the map and fuel your growth. Let's build something great together. Visit EdinburghEDC.com.
Come into Volvo Cars Edinburgh today and find the Volvo that's right for you. Shop from a great selection of Volvos today. Get comfortable in the incredible new 2026 Volvo XC40 with all the technology and innovation that makes the Volvo brand stand out from the rest. Lease one today for just $389 a month. That's right, $389 a month. We shop the competition so you don't have to at Volvo Cars Edinburgh.
Dale gas! Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 and Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
The LA Rams visit the Chicago Bears. It's Westwood One's coverage of the NFC Divisional Playoffs. Coverage begins at 5:15 Sunday afternoon. Powered by McAllen Bolt and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Dallas Mavericks fell to the Denver Nuggets last night, 118-109. To make matters worse, Cooper Flagg left the game in the second quarter with an ankle sprain, and Daniel Gafford followed, also with an ankle sprain. Najee Marshall led the Mavs in scoring with 24 points, while Brandon Williams added 20 points off the bench. There are just a few weeks left before the trade deadline, and time will tell if the Mavs will move off of Anthony Davis and look towards the future. Dallas is right back in action tonight as they look to avenge their loss, as they remain at home hosting the Utah Jazz with tip-off scheduled for 7:30. And the Houston Texans are gearing up for the divisional round of the NFL playoffs after their 30-6 win against the Steelers. On Sunday, they will take on the New England Patriots. With the win, Houston would make the conference championship game for the first time in franchise history. It all goes down Sunday with kickoff scheduled for 2. I'm Dylan Moore, TSN Sports Minute.
Let's start in the NFL. The Giants and former Ravens head coach John Harbaugh, according to ESPN, are working to finalize an agreement to make him their next head coach. NBA, the Clippers knocked off the Wizards 119-105 for their fourth straight win. Kawhi Leonard, game-high 33. Head coach Ty Lue says Leonard was big.
Making 7 threes, 7 out of 11 threes, but, down the stretch of that fourth quarter, just taking over the game. And then, we was able to get some stops defensively, which helped us out a lot.
The Clippers, a perfect 27 for 27 from the line. College hoops, Texas crushed 8th-ranked Vandy 80-64, sending the Commodores to their first loss of the season on the ice. Sabres scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, skate past the Flyers in Buffalo. Sabres have won 14 of their last 16 games. That's sports. I'm Ronza Moss.
We start this Thursday morning. Temperatures upper 40s, low 50s. It's 48 in Mission, Edinburgh, and McAllen. And it's 50 at downtown Brownsville, and it's Starbase with our neighbor, Elon Musk. And it's 50 as well at the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville. AccuWeather says highs today, let's see here, should be kind of nice. Highs today should be in the low to mid 70s, it says AccuWeather. Porter Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. It is 20 to 30 minutes, 20 to 30 at all three major bridges for Brownsville. And if you're driving back to McAllen, Mission, Edinburgh, it's 40 minutes to close to an hour at all three major bridges. This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV, your home for Houston Texan football. So we got the divisional playoff round this week. This Sunday, they're playing the Patriots. It's a 1:30 broadcast and 2 p.m. kickoff right here on 710 KURV. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. You should call them before we get another gully washer. You got some businesses, some buildings in the area that should be checked for free. I can emphasize, and I'm going to highlight that. Chamberlain Roofing, Waterproofing will check your business, the roofs over at your business buildings, free. Get them checked. If you're the building manager for some entity, could be a school district, another county, whatever, get those buildings checked. And that's doing your job right. Get them checked while you can for free. Again, you shake hands with the good folks at Chamberlain Roofing, Waterproofing, top experts in commercial roofing systems. And Chamberlain Roofing, Waterproofing brings with it 125 plus years of experience in commercial roofs. They know what to look for. You don't. They do. Cutting edge roof installation, repair, maintenance, technology. You need some patchwork, they'll tell you. If you don't, they'll tell you too. If everything's okay, trust the opinion of Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. It's in the name, precisely what you need to waterproof that commercial roof. ChamberlainLTD.com website. And here's the number to call or text right now for that free appointment. 956-655-6178.
Hi there. My name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile-long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer at the Payne Arena on May 1st. Don't miss Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Listen for your chance to win a pair of front row seats.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen, Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. PNC said that all employees will return to the office 5 days a week starting May 4th. Chairman and CEO Bill Demchak said PNC has always been an in-office company. PNC shifted away to remote and hybrid work during the COVID-19 pandemic. Morgan Stanley has reported fourth quarter results that exceeded Wall Street expectations on the back of strong revenues from wealth management. The bank stock edged up more than 1% in pre-market trading following the report. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company has reported a 35% increase in fourth quarter profit, beating estimates and hitting a fresh record as demand for artificial intelligence chips remained strong. Dutch semiconductor equipment maker ASML popped 7% in response, while TSMC shares rose 5% upon the news. Futures are moderately higher. Wednesday, the Dow Industrials lost 42, the Nasdaq down 238, the S&P 500 down 37. Once again, futures are moderately higher. That's your money now.
GM and OnStar, again, now banned from sharing customer information. The Federal Trade Commission finalizing order with GM and OnStar over allegations that they collected, used, and sold precise geolocation data and driving behavior of customers without telling customers. Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. AccuWeather says highs today should be close to mid-70s. And then lows tonight back to the mid-upper 40s. That's where we are right now. We're in the upper 40s, low 50s, and should be, again, nice and cool tonight in the upper 40s tonight. And highs tomorrow should be in the low 80s. Thank you for waking up with Newstalk 710 KURV. We invite you to join us at Radio Para Mi. It is a free app. That's where 710 KURV is right now. Radio Para Mi. Go get it and listen to 710 KURV on your smartphone. We got Fox News coming up in 2 minutes.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drtsprimary.care.com.
You still thinking about selling or scaling your business? Well, great, but thinking is not going to get it done. You know, for $34 a month on RioPlex Business Exchange, that'll do it. Get real investors, real buyers, and real opportunities to sell your business. Don't leave your future to chance. Own it. RioPlex Business Exchange will give you real valuations, real buyers, and opportunities. Subscribe at RioPlexBusinessExchange.com today.
They said copies for a penny couldn't be done. We said, watch us. Total Imaging Solutions. We're flipping the script on printing. Whether you're a small business or a big operation, it doesn't matter. If you need a printer or copier, Total Imaging Solutions has the right printer for you. You get the printer for a simple monthly fee and copies, just a penny or less a page. No ink or toner charges. No surprise service fees, just clear, honest pricing. And if your old printer's slowing you down, we'll trade it out and level you up. Whether you print just a couple of copies a day or need the next New York Times press, we can help. Plus, if anything ever breaks, our team will have you up and running in under 4 hours. Easy printing, fast service, real savings. That's the penny or less revolution. Call 956-664-2113 or visit copiesforapenny.com. That's copiesforapenny.com. Total Imaging Solutions, helping your business one penny at a time.
Stay tuned for your chance to win front row seats to see Emerson, Lake and Palmer on May 1st at Payne Arena in Hidalgo. All you have to do is answer a simple trivia question on our WhatsApp number, 956-862-2482.
News and information to start your day.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
Thursday edition of the Valley's Morning News. It's January 15th, 2026. Show producer Fred Cruz. I'm Sergio Sanchez, and we got AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. You and family, thank you for tuning in. Join us at Radio Para Mi, the free app, and listen on your smartphone. News, a service of Edinburgh CISD along with UTRGV. Their collegiate high school is enrolling freshmen and sophomore students. It is open enrollment in the region. For information, call 956-289-2300.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Chaos on the streets of Minneapolis following the second ICE-involved shooting in as many weeks.
Protesters were calling law enforcement officers murderers and telling them to kill themselves. We saw people spitting at police, smashing car windows, and spray painting them. Now, our crew also saw protesters break into vehicles, scatter documents on the ground, and go through the documents that appear to be sensitive law enforcement papers.
Fox's Matt Finn, DHS says the agent was fighting for his life, attacked by an illegal Venezuelan migrant with a shovel or broomstick after a traffic stop. The trip to space cut short. Fox's Jonathan Seri.
This was the first medical evacuation in the more than 25-year history of the International Space Station.
NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman.
The crew member of concern is doing fine.
NASA brought the crew home a month early. America's listening to Fox News.
Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. And back to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Follow-up to that initial incident that has led to the continued violence from the left against agents, federal agents working in Minneapolis. CBS News reported that the Immigration Customs Enforcement agent who fatally shot Renee Good back on January 7th in Minneapolis, the agent, Jonathan Ross, suffered internal bleeding to his torso following the incident, being hit by her vehicle. That, according to a couple of officials that briefed the media on the agent's medical condition. Back to the Valley, a former Brownsville ISD teacher was given a 180-day jail sentence after pleading guilty to having an improper relationship with a student. The ex-teacher, Julio Ricardo Trujillo, was arrested last year after reportedly having sex with a 19-year-old student at Rivera Early College High. Accepted a plea deal and got a reduced sentence, and also had to surrender his teaching license that has been revoked. He was granted credit for time served and is now on 8 years of supervised probation. Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. U.S. retail sale numbers came in higher than expected for the month of November. According to the Commerce Department, retail sales numbers shot way up compared to the depressed numbers in the month of October. It's online. It's on social media. One of those videos that gets goes viral, as they say. Video released from Central Texas, up in San Antonio, and ICE Immigration Customs Enforcement. 2 vehicles rammed by an illegal immigrant. This happened at a Walmart parking lot where the illegal immigrant in his vehicle, a suspected illegal immigrant in his vehicle, was going back and forth, hit a couple of vehicles. One ICE agent officer was injured in the incident. The driver was taken into custody. And the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles reportedly rejecting nearly 2,000 personalized license plates that had been requested in 2025. The DPS says no to letter number combinations that are indecent or they consider vulgar, profane, and insulting. It also bans references to violence and drugs, crime, and some references to the government as well. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV, your station for AFC and NFC action. Join us Saturday and Sunday. We got the Bills and the Broncos, 49ers, and the Seahawks. Sunday, of course, it's your Texans, if they're yours, right? I know I'm talking to a lot of Texan fans right now. We got the Texans on Sunday against New England, and of course the Rams and the Bears right here on 710 KURV, your station for AFC and NFC action, all the playoff action, and the big game come February, made possible by McAllen Bolt.
They say that actions speak louder than words, so we'll let the all-new, state-of-the-art BMW 4 show you what that means. Choose from an incredible selection of new BMWs with the same exceptional service you've come to know. Right now, you can lease a new BMW X3 for just $599 a month, with $52.39 due at signing. Come see why BMW has always been known as the ultimate driving machine. BMW of Far, now open on the corner of Expressway 281 and Owasso in Far. Come find your new BMW today.
Fall is here. That means flu season is coming. Lee's Pharmacy wants to remind you to get your flu shot. Go to Lee's for all your fall and winter cold needs. Hard to find meds? Go to Lee's. Doctor ordered a special compound med? Go to Lee's. They're one of the few pharmacies that know and carry the compounds needed to make just what the doctor ordered. Lee's Pharmacy also carries medical equipment. So go to Lee's. They've got it. Lee's Pharmacy, giving back to the community that made them great. Lee's Pharmacy at Xenia 10 and on Ridge Road and First.
Tune in for Westwood One's